All right, gang, there's two things I'm going to ask you to do on this problem. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to find this height right here, PM. So I'm going to call that X. And the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to use that to find the area of this particular triangle. Well, this is an equilateral triangle, so there's two different ways that we could find X. First of all, we know that when PM comes down here, this is an altitude. It bisects this bottom side. So if the left side is 10, that means the bottom side is 10. And if we bisect it, that's where our 5 centimeters comes in. So we do have two sides of this right triangle. We could use the Pythagorean theorem to find x. The other option is we know it's equilateral, so therefore this angle has to be 60 degrees. So you could very easily set up a trig problem in order to find x as well. It is totally your choice. I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem if that's okay with everybody. So I draw my arrow through the right angle box. This is C. I'm going to call this A. I'm going to call this B. So based on my Pythagorean theorem, it's now x squared plus 5 squared equals 10 squared. If I clean this up, x squared drops down, plus 25 equals 100. Subtract over 25, and I get x squared equals 75. Square root, square root. Well, 75 is between 64 and 81, so it's going to be somewhere between 8 and 9. So if I go to the calculator, the square root of 75 gets me 8.7. So I now have this height right here is 8.7. The second thing they're going to ask me to do is find the area of this whole triangle right here. Well, hopefully your memory is pretty good, because to find the area of a triangle, it's 1/2 base times height. The base is whatever side the height is perpendicular to. So in this case, the bottom side is my base. Well, if it's equilateral, my base has to be 10. And the height I just found is 8.7. So I just type that in, 0.5 times 10 times 8.7. And we get ourselves an answer of 43.5 for the area of this triangle.